my girl K Michelle is, she's back out there. At first I was happy, but she is pursuing the White Kings. She did an interview with our man, the Holly boy himself, Cam Newton, and she had a nice little sit down with him, and she told him, she's moved to Nashville. She's seen some things. She's seen different relationship dynamics, of course, different culture out there versus Atlanta. And she says, you know what? I like the way the White Kings are doing things out here. I'm leaving you guys in Atlanta. I'm leaving the community. I'm going to pursue my White Kings and my White King happiness and live the dream. And she said, you know what, Jay, Delvin, the rest of you brothers, you out of luck, man. I'm sorry. I'm not available to the White Kings. So, Jay, what do you think about K Michelle saying that she will not give us a chance?
Respectfully, if your dating life requires this much documentation, maybe the issue is not who you date. Maybe it's how you move. Maybe it's you. Because wasn't she the woman that just had like a dating show where she was looking for a sheik or a prince or something off in the Middle East? She's like the original red pill or whatever. So K Michelle, what I really think is I think she curbed him in real time because it looked like he went from like confident and to confusion like 3 seconds. Like he thought he knew where the interview was going. Like maybe she thought he was shooting his shot and she just like, I don't ball players, no ball players for me. And he was like, oh my God, I'm aghast. Like, how could you? Right? Because she corrected the record real quick. Now, she says she's done with black men. We don't really care. Honestly, every time she says it, I have to ask, who is this PSA for? Right? Because I don't think black men are begging her for attention. Maybe Cam, but Cam says does weird thing like, who called him S&M, Mr. Polly or whatever? He's not the spokesperson for Polly. Put that back somewhere. Delete that, retract that. Do another, whatever. But I digress. There's a difference between making personal choices and using your dating preferences as like brand engagement. Right? She keeps announcing her departure like she waiting for somebody to stop and give her a clap out or be like, no, don't go. It's not going to happen. Let's be real. Cam Newton's movement exposed his moment there exposed more about her than it did about him. Because if you truly moved on, you don't spend time telling everybody, I'm gone, girl. I moved on. I ain't with it no more. You'd be gone. So be gone. Go.
Wow. So I'm going to go ahead and go with the actual quote. So usually I'm all for, if you're going to date outside your race, please don't shit on your race on your way out the door. And so I'm all for that, but I just want to provide some additional context to the story. So I decided to go and see what exactly she said. And so she said, and I quote, Black men have left me so emotionally scarred, I had to start dating outside my race to find peace. It's interesting because that's what Black men say about Black women. They need to find peace. She goes on to say, I'm tired of being the mule and the therapist. I want love, not labor. Now, I'm going to say that this could possibly be because she's been in abusive relationship. She's been in very toxic relationship. I think she actually went to file criminal charges against her ex, who was, I think his name was Memphis or something like that, from Memphis. So it's Memphis or someone with a Z. And I think that's part of it. And so to me, it seemed like her decision, and I'll say this about Black men too, her decision seemed to be based in trauma versus what she's saying that she's healed. Because if she truly healed, then she actually could have went out the door without saying that she's only exclusively, because she stated she's only exclusively dating other men outside of Black men, that she will now date outside her race. And then not only did she say she would date outside her race, she went on to say that she encouraged Black women to date outside their race for the very same reasons that she's dating outside. And that's another part too. Like if love is love, then you don't have to encourage Black women to do anything, just like Black men don't have to encourage other Black men to do anything when it comes to dating outside the race. If you're going to find love, you'll find it regardless, right? Even if you're being intentionally moving to dating outside your race. So I think that this is just another example of where you just can't say, hey, I'm just want to experiment, because you have to provide an excuse on why you're now just dating exclusively versus just saying, you know what, I just want to expand my horizon and see what else is out there. And so I'm not rocking with K Michelle on this simply because it's just another example of somebody shitting on their own race on their way out the door. And while she can speak to her own personal experiences and the personal choices that she made with these men, the key part is it was her personal choices of choosing men that were toxic in nature. And so therefore, and then she put that broad brush and generalization of all Black men. And that's where I have a problem. We generalize all Black men or all Black women. And so in this particular case, hmm, I'm not quite sure. Cam, he actually said something positive, such as, "Hey, I encourage this. I encourage you finding love where you want to find love." And I was surprised and shocked that he said that because we know Cam Newton background. Him as a room maker and a and using his women as placemats or place warmers or whatever the hell he using them as. And so I think that the overall conversation though should really be about boundaries, right? How do we set boundaries when dating? And that includes boundaries for ourselves too. So if you're dating and you're in these relationships and you find yourself attracting the same type of men, and you find yourself in the same cycle, that may be a you problem. And it might be time for some reflection, some self-reflection, so that you can stop attracting these type of men because you have to figure out why are you attracting these particular type of men. And if you're saying that you're only finding peace when you date outside your race, then you also need to look at yourself and figure out, is it because you change your behavior when you date outside your race? Or is it because, just think of the circumstances and whatnot? So I don't know. I personally think she could have went ahead and hit the door without making this announcement. But I think that in general, whenever somebody make this announcement, like, shut the fuck up. Just go.